Hey friends and lovers, I just wanted to make a quick video here to talk to you about this video I just watched. A friend just sent it to me, and I know her intentions are good, and this is not anything against her whatsoever. But I really need to talk about this because I feel like this is so warped, and I know that women are being brainwashed to think this way. And I just want to show you who this person is. The video is called Tantra for Men, How to Deal with Your Angry Woman and on Opening the Heart. Okay? So, I'm going to link the video. I'll link it at the end of this. And I just want to talk to you about what she's saying. And I encourage you to go and watch this with an open mind. Don't necessarily believe everything I'm saying, but really think about what I'm saying, and even better than thinking, release yourself and try to realize what I'm saying. So she goes to say that when a woman gets angry and starts yelling at you, she uses this. She says she uses the panda bear mating analogy, and apparently when panda bears mate, the woman will strike out at their man and hit him and freak out on him and just totally, and she says it's to test the male to make sure he's the most suitable male. And then so the female gets angry at the male, and that's to test the male to make sure the male is the most suitable mate for her. And this might be how it works for panda bears, but we're not panda bears. So to say we're just like panda bears is absolutely ridiculous. And so she says, and so when your woman, when your girlfriend or your wife freaks out on you and yells at you and screams at you and hits you, that's because she's testing, and she wants to test your love, and she's just about to open up to you. And this is really her showing her love. And it's the goddess Kali energy, because Kali is a warrior, and she's really saying "I love you" when she freaks out at you, and she's really testing you to make sure you're able to handle her love. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's brainwashing, and it's teaching women that it's okay. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be emotionally unstable. It's okay to express negative emotions to your partner and put the responsibility on them for your happiness. And it's also teaching men that you should cower to your woman, allow her to walk all over you, allow her to be emotionally unstable and not say anything about it and just accept it, and just be there and get beat up all the time. Honestly, this is honestly what it's saying. And I know a number of people that are into the goddess Kali, and that's fine. But the goddess Kali is not about being irrational. I think the goddess Kali is a really bad example in the way it's depicted. Goddess Kali was insane and killed all these people, and then her husband tried to stop her, and while trying to stop her, she stepped on him and killed him also. So this is somebody that women are supposed to look up to, that you're supposed to hurt the one you love, and out of completely unconscious behavior. And that's all this is. This is unconscious behavior. Anger, emotions are all unconscious behavior, honestly. And if we really wake up and open our hearts, and she's in this her name is Ondayan, I can't even say, Ondania or something like that. Something like, whatever. I'll put the link below or here somewhere. And she says, she basically just, is teaching women to be okay with their emotions. And I don't think you should suppress your emotions. But at the same time, if you go around expressing anger, if you really understand how this works, how the energy field works, how consciousness works, I highly recommend going to Vipassana, because you will learn this on both the mental level, teaching level, and the experiential level. And I'm not saying I'm completely enlightened. I'm definitely not. But we need to know this. When we express emotions, when we express anger and violence in any way, and expressing anger and expressing emotions of sadness outwards is an act of is it despair and violence at the same time. Because you can express yourself in a way that's healthy. Say, this is how I'm feeling, without going nuts and without bawling and freaking out. Everything should be dealt with equanimity. So basically, this is what happens. Within us, we start, karma aside, I'm not going to talk about karma here, because we have to start as though, we have to look at this as though we have free will. And karma says that we don't have 100% free will because we have our past actions to deal with. And that may be true, and I think it is true, but we have free will in this moment to do as we choose, to react or not react, to be loving or fearful and angry. And so the way this works is we have energetic disturbances within us because of suppressing our emotions and expressing them, and not just allowing thoughts and emotions to be there without expressing them, without suppressing them, just noticing them and allowing them to be there, because then they just dissipate on their own. That's healing. Real healing is seeing consciously with presence. And so when we express them, we are planting more seeds within us because we're creating aversion to something. So your boyfriend says to you, you're a bitch, whatever. Or he doesn't do the dishes, or he doesn't take the trash out, and you get angry for whatever it is. And you express that. I can't believe, you need to really do this, and this is not fair, and blah, 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 blah. And maybe it isn't fair. All those things, a man shouldn't call his wife or girlfriend a bitch. A man should take out the trash in fair balance with his wife and participate and clean. But, if you have aversion to it and can't talk about it in a way that says, sweetheart, I need your help. I need some help with this, and can't do it in that type of a way. And if you're saying, but you should, and I can't believe you, and you're wrong, and that is aversion to this. That's aversion, and like, first of all, it's saying, I am overwhelmed, I'm stressed, I am, and it's building up a self that is been victimized in some way, and then it's projecting that self onto somebody else and saying, you victimized me, you didn't do this, it's your fault, and you need to fix it. When really it can say, we both have to do work, and I need a little bit of help. It would really help make things a little bit less overwhelming for me if you could help me with this. And guess how much more response you're going to get out of that than saying, you need to do this, and it's your fault, and you don't love me. You think you're going to get any response out of your man that way? Good luck. You're going to shut him down because you're attacking him. And attack anybody, because emotional attacks are the same as physical attacks. They're perceived in the same way. And if you attack somebody and say, you did this and you made me feel this way and it's your fault, and I'm so upset with you, it is the same as throwing daggers at somebody. And guess what's going to happen? Fear and protecting yourself, or lashing out and trying to kill your opponent on whatever level, emotional or physical, whether that be hitting the person. And I think that's a terrible thing to do. Nobody should do that. But I'm just saying how this cycle can work. And I'm not saying any man who hits a woman is justified. And any woman who hits a man is justified. Nobody's justified in hurting anybody else. So all I'm saying is, this cycle, this is how it works. So there are better ways of communicating. There are soft ways. We should always try to be soft. And this whole idea that a man should just listen to a woman and allow her to be dysfunctional, allow her to go raging with her emotions, and be emotional and depressed and upset and never say anything about it and never try to help, is absolutely ridiculous. It's what creates wars in the world. And in the end she says, well, it's not just women, it's female energy. That is so BS. It's so nonsense. It's female energy. Because we're creating these beliefs about female and male energy, and maybe there are polarities, but really, guys, there's only identification with beliefs, creating a sense of self, and trying to make things that are impermanent permanent. This is all there is. And the only thing we got to do to heal and stop warring and stop hurting each other is to be kind, to be nice, and say, this, you'll be coming from an ego if you say this. This hurt my feelings. That is the ego, absolutely. It's unconsciousness. It's identification with the self. But you can still be identified and express yourself in a healthy way that's actually going to promote conversation and communication and closeness instead of telling somebody they're responsible for your feelings and your healing and your wounds. Because there really are no wounds. There's only the perpetuation of the same thinking patterns. And we do have energy fields within us that affect us. And that's why I think everybody should learn how to do Vipassana, or at the very least Anapana meditation, so that we can start to release ourselves, focus, become one-pointed, and allow these sankharas to arise and leave. Because the only way they'll leave, the only way these negative influences within us will leave, is if we use equanimity and peace and see them, and can get our consciousness sensitive enough to actually feel them. And if you don't know how to do a real deep anapana, and it took me 30 hours, 3 days, 10 hours a day to learn how to do this. So it does take work. So it's really important to really be committed to actually healing, and not thinking the law of attraction. It's because of my thinking, it's the law of attraction. I wasn't thinking positive thoughts, because positive thoughts can be just as addictive as negative thoughts. So this whole idea that, it's Kali, it's the Kali influence. You notice how that's outside, that's an influence, that's not your free will. And anytime we're reacting, anytime we're projecting onto somebody, we're not using free will. We're not speaking from kindness. We're not speaking from compassion. And they say of all enlightened people that they are infinitely compassionate, infinitely loving, infinitely peaceful. And so anything other than that is not enlightened, is not the way. The way is peace, my friends. The way is peace. Don't fall for this nonsense that it's just the divine feminine and the warrior within, expressing itself. Kali, the warrior within you. It's brainwashing to get women to succumb to their emotions, and it's a cycle that is creating wars in this world, and men do it too, just as much as women do. They just do it in different ways. Because if you project out your problems onto somebody, they're going to shut down. If you get angry with somebody, they're going to shut down. We need to become more still and more calm without suppressing our emotions. When anger arises, or depression or sadness, or thinking that somebody else is at fault, see it and realize it's just thinking. It's just a thought. And I don't have to follow this thought. I can release it and be in love. So I love you. Have a wonderful day, and I hope this has helped, and really consider it. And peace be with you, my friends.